Hello and welcome to a new episode of NABA Meets Alumni. My guest today is Cem. Cem graduated a couple of years ago, well, more than a couple of years ago, in product design, right?
Yeah, in product design, master.
So I'm going to have you introduce yourself. Who are you?
Okay, yeah, I'm Cem. I'm from Turkey. I graduated from NABA in 2017. And then I came to Italy at the end of 2014. So I spent in NABA 2 years, almost there. So it was really amazing years.
Okay, let's start with that. How did you get to NABA? I mean, you were living in Turkey.
Yeah.
And you bumped into NABA how?
Yeah, I took my bachelor degree in 2011 from Middle East Technical University in Ankara there. Then I started working. I worked for a couple of design studios, engineering companies there. And then there was a competition, design competition. So I won the first prize in that competition. And then one of the awards was a scholarship for studying abroad.
Oh, nice.
So with that opportunity, I said, okay, and also if I go back, in 2010, I did an Erasmus exchange program in Bari. So yeah, it was for me first time in Italy, and then I can say I fell in love with Italy. So I said, if I can find another chance, for sure I would like to come back to Italy. And also, as you know, the design culture here in Italy super settled down, and it's in the lifestyle design here. And the design education, it's really famous here in Milan. Yes. And then I was looking for the design schools, and then I just jumped in NABA, and I saw that it's the classes, amazing features, 2 years, really full of a program. It's with a full of structure, and also professors are amazing. And I said I will apply for sure for NABA.
And you got in, obviously.
Yeah, I got in there.
Let's stay here. Yeah. So you get to NABA from Ankara, right?
Yeah, I was.
Now, how were your 2 years here in NABA? Were they growth-wise something that helped you become who you are today and also grow bigger in your mindset in how you were? If it's true, why? And if you have any stories about how your experience was here.
Yeah, I mean, I can definitely say that NABA helped me a lot where I am now, because the connection with all the companies, all the design studios, all the professors, it was really great, because I came here the first time in a school that a professor comes with a product and a place on the table, and that they says that this is my product. The Artemide produced that one. We thought about these points. It was that one, all the production method, and it's an amazing example. Here in NABA, all the connections, it was really great. We had a lot of visits to really important Italian designers. For example, I remember we've been in the studio of Paolo Rizzato, and we talked about his designs, directly asking questions, the person that designed really iconic products in Italian design history. Yeah, it was there. You see all the prototypes, you're just asking questions directly and taking answers. It was really That's kind fantastic. Of opening my mind and then my eyes, just having these connections in more global level. It was amazing. It's
very interesting that everybody, or a lot of people actually say that,
Yeah.
I practically touched something, did something, met somebody, And,
exactly.
And I think that is very interesting about this place.
Yeah, exactly, because everyone says that, okay, schools, they don't prepare us for the real world, but actually NABA, it's the opposite. It prepares you for the real world, real, like a design world, design job to get that one. So it was really cool.
It also helps that you're in Italy and the design company might be around the corner from
here, exactly.
Right?
Lots of design companies, lots of designers, exactly. And as I mentioned, the connections with the industry. For example, in 2017, there was there was a design competition organized by Olivetti, and some schools selected to enter that competition from Milan, from Rome, and from Torino.
Yes.
And I also participated that design competition, and my project won in that one 3rd place.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it was a great honor for me. It was a proud, really. Then, but then after that, also the company Olivetti, they wanted to produce my project as a new generation of cash registers. Their
That's
series.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it was really amazing. Thanks to NABA, I created this connection. Then I gave them consultancy for all the production period process. Then company wanted to create a kind of family line there.
Fantastic.
Then we made a bit smaller version for the kind of food trucks, the open markets, that kind of places. And then after that, another one, it's a bit bigger with a bigger screen, touch screen with an Android system in it or something. We created a kind of family line, and this happened thanks to NABA, this connection. And also where I'm working now, also it's thanks to NABA. I created that connection with NABA.
Where do you work now? What do you do? What it means today for you to be a designer of products, I guess, right? So, go.
Okay, I'm working for Whirlpool. Before starting there, we had a project here in NABA.
Yep.
The head of dishwasher category was coming here to give us a consultancy during the project. We made a project all together, like a kind of group project, 6 people divided to the class into the 6 people. And we made a project. Then from Whirlpool, they asked me to have an internship if I want. I said, of course, yes, definitely.
Why not?
Yeah, it's a great opportunity. So then I did my internship there, and I started to work all there, and then I stayed there. So this is, it's been like 5 years.
Oh, 5 years.
5 years. And now I'm working for refrigeration category there in the global level, and I'm responsible for built-in segment of the refrigeration category in EMEA. All the built-in products I'm working as a designer.
That's fantastic.
Here.
That's fantastic.
And the latest built-in no-frost refrigerator of Whirlpool, as a designer, I was working there in the project, so you can see in the media market, media world there.
Let me go back in time a little bit, because it has to do with a question that I wanted to ask you, right? The question I wanted to ask you is something that I love about what you do or what we do, which is create something that when you look at it, you're like, I participated in that, I was there, right? So when did you find out you were creative? Mm-hmm. And more importantly, I think, did you grow up in a creative family?
I can say yes, because my mother is an artist. She's doing watercolor paintings. And also she was an art teacher in high school. Mm-hmm. So when I was growing up, I was always in her class, like when I was really small, and I was inside there. So I can say that in our house, always there's a room, was a studio for her. She was doing stuff. So this kind of paintings, everything, the art discussion was always around me when I was growing up. But also I was good at math and that kind of thing. So I went to actually scientific high school at the end. Normally from that school that people graduate and they went to more kind of, the medical areas or engineering areas. But it was the last year I said, no, I want something more creative. I want to do something. I want to create something with a passion, with something, for the people, some new products. So I was thinking about architecture, but then I heard about industrial design. And it was just a convincing point for me, a trigger point. I said, no, this is my aim. So all the year I was just preparing myself for that area to enter.
How did you fall in there? Did something happen, or did you it was the evolution of maybe not architecture, maybe not, getting into the world of buildings, maybe get into the world of products? I mean, did something happen or it just happened?
Yeah, actually, it's at that point I was enjoying the creating something with my hands, using it. Also when I was growing up, I was deconstructed all the toys, everything, cars, and then reconstructing again, trying something. So it was full of the toys that broken everywhere,
crazy,
pieces.
Just saying.
So this was really kind of having a product scale for me. I think was better. At that time, I was convinced with a kind of smaller scale for the products that we can really touch, and then I can really connect with the users, with the people. So for me it was the point.
But I think the story of you as a kid deconstructing and reconstructing is actually the answer to the question. Because you always had it in you. That you wanted to understand how things work, and they connect together to make it one piece or something that you use or how you use it and all that, which is very, very, very interesting. Are you happy?
Yeah, I'm really happy to be.
Are you happy that you arrived to where you
exactly, to what I am now. So yeah, I like my job. I love my job. I'm like this discipline, the thinking about in this way is because it's a kind of also problem-solving design world. So there are some things we are trying to make a user's life better, the people's life better in a smart and good product. And then at that point we arrive to good design. If that product makes your life better, improves your life quality better, then it becomes a good design actually.
How connected is the idea of something that works with something that is beautiful?
Okay, so
I mean, does it have to necessarily be good looking for you?
I think they're connected. I mean, it's not just be beautiful, not just be like a kind of a functional. I think they're connected. So when we have a good balance, it becomes something like a iconic product that we see in this case. Because it's not, when you say functional, it's not just solving a problem. Also, we need to think about the user, how they approach that product. And what is the issue, how we can make it easier to use. With all these details, when you cover all these details, then the product automatically becomes something reasonable and something beautiful, something like a kind of easy to use, something that's desirable object, I think.
I usually finish these conversations, actually no. Before I ask you that question, who are your mentors in life?
Actually, my mentors, I can say my sister and my mother. They were always supporting me, and then
Older sister or younger sister?
Older sister, yeah. When I kind of have some confusion, some decision part, I was talking with them, and I get like a kind of objective view from their side, but in a kind of constructive way. And always we had these discussions, and their support was always with me during all even my process. For example, I remember when I was studying university in Ankara, when I was doing projects, the design schools mostly you do like a late night project, so you see the blue of the night, and then there's there's also a phrase that that blue in the morning, that it means that you are in a shitty position because it's morning coming.
Oh my God, I'm not finished yet.
Yeah, exactly.
Panic.
So in that kind of points, my mother was like kind of giving me some support, like a kind of, I was showing her like getting some feedback. So all of my career, my life, and then all the topics. So I think it's really good to have this kind of support from your family members, because they know you very well from while you're growing up. Even now we are, I'm here, they are there, but still we have this connection with all this like kind of feedbacks, all the supports. If there's something kind of confusing me, I always like
go ahead. Does your sister, if I may ask, is your sister work in the same business as you, or no, not at all?
Actually, no, she's a dentist, but she was also doing some paintings.
Yes.
I'm doing some paintings, also still doing that one, and I really enjoy also doing that part too.
That's very interesting.
We really understand each other from also that side, so it's really kind of supporting each other in this topic too.
So I usually finish these conversations with a question, and the question is usually not 30 years from now, but 5 years from now. How do you see yourself? What is your dream, short-term dream?
Yeah, I see myself that more kind of complete designer with even my artistic side, because I love my artistic side too. Because it's a kind of, you just put yourself in while doing. It's an experience that I think everyone should, have this experience, because you just enter a mood that you lose your connection with the world. You just go deep inside you, and it's something really amazing. I like that feeling, and I would like to connect more my design part and my artistic side of that part, and then I would like to create some kind of products and some works around this combination, this contrast, also the kind of super rational design and artistic side, to create this kind of harmonize between them. So I would like to do something like that in the 5 years.
I know I told you it was the last question, but I'm going to ask you another question. Is there a product that you would have loved to have designed?
Wow.
Or is there a world of products that you have not tried yet, which you would like to get into?
Actually, some art projects that like a big scales, like what was the name? That person, Christo.
Yes, Christo. Yeah.
It was amazing, big scales project. It's more architectural, but also some kind of artistic, but also design inside, that kind of big projects, I would like to be part of them for sure. I haven't tried yet that kind of expressions in that way, installations in this way.
I should have guessed, because I think it's interesting, because the other question you answered in a way in which it feels like you're wanting to explore your artistic side into the product design side. So I think that will make sense. That's even the extreme, right?
Exactly.
It's the design of art, which is actually something that, you know, Anush Kapoor or Cousteau, or like you go into the world of very interesting artistic pieces.
Yeah, definitely.
So, Cem, thank you very much
Karim.
for this conversation.
Thank you.
As always, I wish you the best of all lucks, and congratulations for your career until now. And I hope, not only 5, but in the next 50 years, you'll do even better. Right?
Thank you so much.
Thank you for being part of this, and to all of you, until next time.
Thank you.